Alright, so the NFL draft was this past weekend, and now it is time to look forward to training camp and another NFL season. In this video, I'm going to give my little 2 cents on the Atlanta Falcons draft picks. Now keep in mind, I do not watch college football, I do not follow it, but I still did a little research on these players. By research, I mean I looked at their highlight packages and found their scouting reports. So I'm going to give my little 2 cents on what I saw in their highlight packages and read their strengths and weaknesses from the people who actually follow these athletes and watch college football. And these people are from NFL Draft Buzz. Number 1, Tyler Allgeier, coming out of BYU. He's a running back for the Atlanta Falcons. Watching his highlight package, flashy isn't the word that really comes to mind. He doesn't seem like the type of back that'll make you miss in open space. He's more of a bruiser, power type of back. Doesn't have a lot of blazing speed, but he will put his head down and run right through you if he gets the chance. To read the strengths and weaknesses from Draft Buzz. His strengths: he's a well-built 5'11", 220 pound with a thick frame and powerful lower body, which keeps his leg pumping through contact. Patient behind the line of scrimmage, allowing blocks to create openings, and looks for cutback lanes with accurate vision. Hits the hole hard and runs. That's what she said. And runs with power to get the tough yards and a physical attitude. Solid receiver in the flat, capable of running through tackles on the edge to move the chains. Flexible enough to catch passes thrown behind him. Underrated blocker, coordinated pass defender who is willing to meet a linebacker in the gap. Fights for extra yardage and is reliable in short yardage situations. Some of these strengths and weaknesses seem to kind of repeat themselves, so I'm just kind of reading the ones that don't really repeat themselves. Atlanta needs a back like that. They have struggled to convert 3rd-and-1 situations for a while now, and that has to change. So hopefully he'll make a difference with that. His weaknesses: too indecisive and hesitant at the line of scrimmage. His speed is only average. He ran a 4.6 at the combine and takes him a while to get going. He's not a great cutback runner. A classic north-south back, loses momentum when he gears down to change direction, and it takes him a few steps to accelerate back to full speed. Appears indecisive, will dance too much at the line of scrimmage, lacks natural playmaking ability, doesn't offer much as a blocker. Will need to develop this aspect of his game if he wants to see serious playing time at the next level. Next up, Malone, coming out of Western Kentucky, outside linebacker. When I saw his highlight package, he was mostly lined up at the defensive end. He only weighs 234, so in the football world, he's pretty small. He's a pretty small defender, especially at the defensive end. But he's blazing quick. When he's at the line of scrimmage, it seems like he'll use his hands to try to get around his matchup rather than just straight up bull rush and power his way through. He's very athletic. He's very good at pursuing the ball carrier and finishing tackles. Let's see what Draft Buzz had to say. Fast and agile athlete with good overall length. Uses long arms and skinny frame to squeeze through gaps. Best attribute: extreme quickness off the edge. Has the flexibility to turn the corner. Best when lined up as a stand-up linebacker, although has had success in both the 3-point and 4-point stance. Constant motor, who won't give up on the play. Plays sideline to sideline. Very developed upper body strength with very strong hands to keep blockers at bay. Explosive off the snap, has a very quick first step. Good athlete, shows a natural feel for pass rushing. Very good lateral agility to shake pass blockers. Furious against the run and surprisingly good in coverage. Is extremely versatile despite his build. He holds up well in traffic and makes a lot of plays by engaging a block, shedding, and pursuing. Reads the quarterback to anticipate and is a candidate to play outside as a full-time linebacker. Is a contributor on special teams, has the speed to help on kick return and field goal units. Very quick, keeps his feet moving, exceptional change of direction ability. Always is looking to strip the ball from the ball carrier. Good overall football IQ, who is quick to detect and blow up screen plays. So, seems like my view of him is pretty accurate. His weaknesses: locates the ball but takes circuitous routes to go get to it. Should use power and long arms to take on and disengage from blocks. Inefficient with his angles. Has limited overall strength. A converted wide receiver who has bulked up, a limited frame, undersized to play on the line as a rusher. Skinny, lean legs with poor lower body strength and limited power. Not elite against the run, can be overpowered at the point of contact. Much better in pursuit as a run defender. Mainly played defensive end in college, but is too small to do that in the pros. Will need a full-time conversion to the outside linebacker. Does not blow up targets. Many inside tackles are catch and drags, which will be more difficult to make at the next level. Lacks pop and strength to anchor through. Most efficient when uncovered inside and chasing stretch plays to the sideline. Plays upright, ducks his head, and fails to wrap up at times. Inconsistent in giving full effort to the secondary. second man in on the play. Finesse linebacker who wins speed and quickness will struggle when matched up against equally agile blockers. Next up, Arnold Ebiketie, defensive end out of Penn State. When I first saw him, I said to myself, he looks pretty small and he only weighs 250. Vic Beasley was 246, and I think that's what really hindered his success. I hope that's not the same case with Arnold Ebiketie. Now someone might go, well, TJ Watt is only 252 and look at his success in Pittsburgh. That's true, but I think what really helps TJ is the fact that he's very quick off the ball and he has great speed and he's very capable of keeping his balance. When I look at Arnold, he has speed, especially when he's blitzing, when he's shooting through the A and B gaps. But when it comes to trying to get around his matchup, I don't really see a whole lot of finesse moves. He's just trying to power his way through his opponent, and I don't think that's going to translate to the next level. So hopefully he'll learn some different ways to get around his matchup and then be able to have more success in getting in the backfield. Strengths and weaknesses. His strengths: impressive athlete with elite speed, 4.6 and quickness combined with ideal size and length for an NFL edge rusher. Aggressive with good awareness to track the ball and attack. Tenacious, tough, competitive, versatile, as well as having great bend and mobility. Easily gets to the edge against tackles and turns back into the quarterback without losing vertical yardage, a mismatch for most offensive tackles. Has the agility and quick twitch explosion to easily gain inside leverage by shooting gaps. Has the long arms to keep blockers away from his body and has an impressive interior rush that draws regular double turns. Relentless and strong off the edge as a pass rusher when fresh, gets under the pads of tackles to bull rush them into the backfield. His weaknesses: stands up well against the run but is very pursuit conscious and will take unneeded wide angles. Has mainly been used as a pass rusher and has limited experience as a defender. Can play a little too high at times, which impacts his leverage. Not a natural bender and lacks fluid change ability. Plays with inconsistent pad level and is sometimes knocked backward off the snap. Isn't the first player off the snap, and when his initial move doesn't work, he can be taken out of the play. Never totally out of a play, but can get out of control and work himself away from the action. Next up, Troy Andersen out of Montana State, linebacker. Now, people have been talking about this dude a lot. Out of all the picks, it seems like he's the most popular topic of discussion. Watching him, he is a very, very versatile player. He's played quarterback. I think I heard someone say that he was also a running back. He plays tight end. So he's in the realm of like the Taysom Hills and the Cordell Patterson as being able to do multiple things on the field. And now I don't think that Arthur Smith will have him on the offensive side of the ball too much. Me personally, I would much rather him just be on defense. If he is used for any offensive schemes, he'll probably like be a fullback when it comes to like short yardage situations, I guess. When it comes to converting 3rd-and-1s or 2nd-and-5s. His strength: has ideal size, height, speed, quickness combination for a middle inside linebacker for the pros. Athletic player with speed highlighted by his high school state track titles in both 100 meters and 200 meters. And coverage is able to stay with tight ends and bigger receivers on crossing routes. I like that. Combination of size, length, and ability make him a secure tackler in space. Could succeed as a free blitzer. Very good as a short to intermediate player in a zone scheme. Will dominate the middle of the field. Shows a burst to close. Flashers, exposed hitting ability, and good lateral and downfield pursuit. In run defense, he is able to knife through blockers and blow up plays in the backfield, as well as patrol laterally and finish with a big hit. His weaknesses: the obvious issue with Andersen is his lack of experience at linebacker. Has only played 2 full years at the position. Playing in FCS will mean the NFL is a massive step up for him. Height leaves him susceptible to cut blocks. He must learn to defeat with his hands. I'm sorry if it seems like I don't know how to read, because I don't. Has knee surgery on an injury suffered in 2019 and will need evaluating for any long-term impact. Sometimes can be overpowered in traffic. Could do with getting stronger. All right, now we got a bulldog. Justin Shaffer out of Georgia, offensive guard. Watching his highlight, he seems to be a very athletic offensive lineman, and that will be great for zone blocking schemes, power O, and counter type of run plays. Strengths: lone concern is handling the super quick NFL edge rusher. Foot speed and quickness are very good but not elite. Best asset is his strength and disposition as a run blocker. Gives a strong initial punch. Plays with good leverage, bends at the knees and sees what's hitting, showing the ability to roll his hip into the defender and drive him off the line of scrimmage. Above average football smarts and general intelligence. Plays with a nasty streak. Solid character and work ethic. Has a strong upper body with physical, powerful hands and works hard to gain body position. positioning in the run game. Awareness is above average for his limited experience. Sells trap block and can turn to seal. Fluid getting to and adjust at the second level. Weaknesses: loses leverage battles and plays with high pad level. Can be laid off the snap. Isn't an elite quick twitch blocker, and his height causes him to be out quick. Leaks inside pressure when his technique gets sloppy. Will punch at small defenders instead of latching on, and is more of a mauler than mover in the running game. Can improve maintaining outside leverage when doubling the nose. Ducks his head and gets too upright, causing him to fall off second level blocks. Flashes the ability to move his man with his hands, but is not yet consistent in this area. Needs to work on his technique and pass protection, using more consistent leverage and continuing to move his feet. John FitzPatrick, another Bulldog, tight end. Looking at his highlight package, very good at run blocking. Doesn't seem like the type of tight end who will finish catches as far as like going up in the air and getting them. He seems to be sure-handed and will hold on to the ball when there's initial contact, but as far as like being that type of target that'll go up in the air and get it over his defender, I don't think that's him. But of course, I'm just going off highlights, so I could be wrong. Strengths: shows good effort as a blocker and works hard to gain body positioning. A savvy, reliable pass catcher with good body control and focus. Soft hands and has the hand-eye coordination to secure wild throws. He is a highly competitive player and quickly gets to the perimeter, blocking well in space and at the second level. Soft hands, flash is good to very good tracking and overall body control to make catches outside of his frame. Excels finding soft spots in zone coverage and using his large frame to shield defenders. Weaknesses: lacks the bulk strength to lock on and control NFL defensive linemen. Lower body strength is questionable and limits his in-line blocking. Inconsistent with his releases off the line of scrimmage. Possesses only average straight line speed and is a bit stiff as a route runner, showing only average flexibility and bursts out of his breaks. Struggles tracking the ball over his shoulder. A glider, moves faster than he appears but lacks the top end speed to be a real threat down the seam. And last but not least, a quarterback. Atlanta got a quarterback out of Cincinnati, Desmond Ridder. Looking at his highlight package, he's mobile, and it seems like that's what people want. He's got to be mobile, he's got to be mobile. But can he throw, right? Looking at him, it seems like he can hit the deep ball. He doesn't really go through his reads. I think he locks on to one read and sticks to it. Time for his strengths: enough arm strength to drive the ball through tight windows up to 20 yards downfield. Press the ball around to multiple receivers. He's tall at 6'4" and moves very well. He's not super fast, but his Kaepernick long strides allow him to cover ground well. Sees the field very well when the play breaks down and occasionally changes plays at the line. Very confident passer and shows good accuracy and feels when in rhythm. Show better ball placement from past years and throws very catchable passes. Puts too much air in some of his throws and needs to show a lower trajectory on deep throws. His weaknesses: too often fails to give receivers a chance to make a play after the catch. High completion percentage padded by many quick screens. Not the most accurate QB, where he has struggled with completion percentage up until 2020. Doesn't have a lot of touch on his passes. Yeah, kind of thought that as well. Like his passes seem like rockets. Takes too many sacks, and this will likely be more of an issue in the NFL. Has struggled with his decision making and needs to improve his pre-snap recognition skills to read defenses and see blitzes. Doesn't decipher information as quickly as you would like, but does see the entire field and understands coverage. So there you have it. Those are the picks. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I just gave my little 2 cents going off of highlight packages, and reading that, it seems that my assessment on these players were mostly miss than hit, it seemed like. So hopefully these players will turn out to be superstar type of players. Did I like the draft? I did. I'll give it an A. I think Falcons management addressed the needs that this team has, and I think this further cemented my thought process that I think Arthur Smith wants to have a run first and pass second type of offense. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I do random topics during the off season and football videos, but I'll do some football and sports videos like this one during the off season as well. Please like and subscribe for more content like this. Hit the notification bell for when I drop a new video. And that is it. I am out.